Really, my cancer started with COVID. I started my chemo on April 2nd, I believe, and then I was really scared to death to go to the hospital, and I didn't want to leave the room.
The isolation is so huge because I think cancer can be really isolating on its own. I went into lockdown pretty severely and only ever leave to get to my chemotherapy once a week.
For me, the worst part had been having to go through this all alone. I have no family at all.
I have cancer. I have these young children. And going through it during this uncertain time makes it that much harder.
Learning to live with something so huge is a difficult diagnosis to deal with. It's hard to work on that by yourself.
The stressors that they're experiencing are exacerbated by this situation in ways that, in my 15 years of working with this population, I've never seen before. So we really are, this is a time when Life with Cancer services have never been more critical.
I am really proud of the Life with Cancer team because in spite of all the challenges of everything that was happening, as they always do, they put the patients first. They quickly got everything online or accessible for people who couldn't come in. Exercise classes, support groups, educational programs, therapy, nurse navigation, everything moved online pretty much overnight, which has been really incredible for our patients.
I was incredibly impressed with how quickly Life with Cancer jumped on Zoom. They hardly missed a beat with these classes, and it was great before, but it has really been a lifeline for me during the pandemic.
So this is what they'll give you at the hospital, so you can, use this after surgery, or you can buy additional bras. That's kind of up to you, depending on your comfort level.
Almost everything that we would have offered in the past in person has changed to being offered online.
We have people from nutritionists to exercise experts, therapists, nurses, people who work specifically with children and their families, and each and every one of these clinicians is an expert in their area.
All the exercise classes that I take, the mindfulness classes, I was just amazed at how quickly Life with Cancer staff pivoted and somehow managed to recreate just the magic that is Life with Cancer and the support that it brings, and just bring it online.
That has been huge to help patients feel that they still have that connection.
It was time consuming at the beginning to try and sort through the logistics and also to learn how to use the Zoom format. The feedback from the patients has been absolutely phenomenal.
It's really provided me that access to the outside world that I need. Touch points with other cancer patients. I use the support group, metastatic support group.
What's funny is there was so much anxiety about, are we going to be able to connect with patients through this computer screen, through this virtual platform? And what we found is absolutely we are. Tears that are shared together, again, through a computer screen, but that empathy, that compassion is still there.
And this is what everybody needs. To be able to get a counselor when you're going through such a life-changing event.
To be able to have somebody caring and helping not only us but our families in the moments we can't, and that makes it a lot easier. All the resources that we wouldn't able to have any other place. It's life-changing.
One thing that hasn't changed during the pandemic is the support that we're giving in the hospital and the clinics. So our clinicians are still coming into work every day, meeting with patients and their family members and providing them care at the bedside or at their infusion or radiation appointments, because we know patients still need to be here and we want to make sure we're supporting them while they're here.
I thought I was going to be all alone, but as it turns out, I had such, amazing support from Life with Cancer.
When I look at this empty group therapy room, there should be lots of people in it. There's one woman who, used to sit here and she would always fold her legs up and kind of get cozy in the chair, and it was like she was settling into home. And now people are doing that in their home spaces.
Even though I'm here in my house by myself, when we go to the Zoom meeting, they're all my friends, and we're all like, hey, how you doing? You know, we've developed all of this. I don't know what we're going to do when we get off of Zoom, and maybe that's how we greet each other from now on, with this.
This room will be full again, and we'll have the life and the connection that it's meant to have. And we're going to have behind us the experience to be able to offer groups in a multiple of different ways. In an odd way, it's allowed us to expand our programming to connect with more people.
This is working. I think going forward, Life with Cancer is going to look very different.
We're going to take what we've learned and create hybrid classes. People can be here, they can watch them from home. We're still going to maintain that wonderful community that we had before this pandemic.
The generous donations from our community will allow us to continue to take these different unique ideas and platforms and continue to grow them into programs that will really expand our ability to provide our services and all of our different specialties and unique formats. And I think that that's something really exciting for the future.
I will be living with cancer for the rest of my life, so I will be utilizing Life with Cancer for a long time. And I'm so, so grateful that it's there.
Life with Cancer is here to support patients and families and to provide mental health care and the highest quality mental health care for those families at a time when otherwise they wouldn't be able to get it. So, we say that cancer doesn't stop for COVID, but I also think it's really cool that neither do we.
And it's ironic because today a friend of mine called me right before this call, and she has just had a double mastectomy. She's alone, and she just had her first chemotherapy last week. And she was asking, I told her about Life with Cancer. She started to say, how much does it? And I said, and it's free. And she said, oh my gosh, it's free? That is, to me, one of the greatest gifts that any donor can give, that you don't have to worry about the money. When you're going through something as shocking and potentially fatal as cancer, you don't have to worry about, oh, that's one more check I've got to write. That is absolutely free. It's given generously. So give more, give all you can.